Hello everybody, I'm Brian Liberator here, bringing you some more Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. This is the second trial. Yeah, if you heard an echo just now, I was checking my YouTube channel to see if the stream is going well. No worries, there is no echoes from what I could tell. No actual echoes. Though, if you guys do hear echoes as of now, please tell me. Let's start this though. So this is a second trial. We already looked at the evidence, but let's double check the evidence. We set all our skills? No, it didn't save the other skill that I set. Okay, the evidence is the Monokuma file number 2, Sakura's account, locker room dumbbell, which seems to be the murder weapon, so yeah. Mondo's account, a card reader, main hall e-handbooks, which the dead people's e-handbooks were placed in the main hall, so you know that. Broken e-handbook, we don't know whose it is quite. We don't know whose it is as of yet, so we're probably gonna end up finding out in the trial. Genocide Jack case file. Probably gonna find out who in the team is Genocide Jack. We do know that for sure she is part of the students there. She or he. I meant it could be a she because most of their murder victims were male. Could be a he too though. Aoi's account that Chihiro had kept her distance from the other females and also had a complex that she needed to be stronger for some reason. Boys' locker room carpet had a coffee stain, which is weird. The blood was found. Okay. The posters were in unusual places, you know? Chihiro's e-handbook. Where is it, right? Yeah. Where is it? We don't know. Status of the dead body. She was hung with cords. Disappearing stain. It's kind of weird. The coffee stain in the girls' locker room disappeared, and yet the boys' locker room carpet had a coffee stain on it. It's interesting. Byakuya. Oh, the library desk lamp. What was here? Yeah, the lamp's cord couldn't quite reach the outlet. It's weird how Chihiro was strung up using a cord. And Celeste's account. Chihiro was okay. Yeah, with the blue exercise clothes in her duffel bag. Alright, yeah, let's start this. We're ready. Alright. Probably gonna have to mute the mic for a little bit while the characters talk. I'll still be talking to chat with the mic on. Just so that you guys know. I just want to hear the characters' voice actors, which are pretty good in my opinion, so yeah. Just muting.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Sorry. Messing with the cord a bit. Alright.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
The weapon had to be at the scene of the crime. There was something with a blood stain on it. But what am I supposed to shoot at? Well.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Yeah, it
According
was.
to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
This one? No, I guess not. You think he has a proof that oh, okay, contradictions. There you go, now I remember.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
Alright, it wasn't a
It
pipe.
appears it was a head wound.
According
Okay,
to the
now I
Monokuma
remember
file,
what I'm
the
supposed
killer
to...
used a
Okay,
blunt
but what
instrument.
was the fast forward again?
What kind of blunt
B,
instrument could
right?
it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yes! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is... the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer? Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to the non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Why not? For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your true bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep these white noise from getting in your way. Press the X button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Alright. ... Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, heck no it ain't. White noise won't appear at all. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Wait, is it in gentle? No, I put it on kind. I put it on the second difficulty. Well then, good luck and have fun. I should still be getting the white noise. Alright, let's do this. Then, keep bumping the table.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
Okay, I noticed what to shoot at. The thing Byakuya showed me in the archive, one look at that and anyone would be convinced. It shows that this was the work of Genocide Jack.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean,
Oh,
come on.
shoot.
There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so,
Okay, so
Genocide, I don't know who that is!
yes, it is the O button. Okay.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm...
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Yes.
No, that's wrong. I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth, so let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Oh gosh. It's bloodlust. Bloodlust, not booblust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Why me? The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know. If I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body. How the victim was positioned.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why has this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko, multiple personality disorder. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Yeah. Oh wait. Skits. I don't know. I don't know how to spell it. Oh god. Ooh. Schizophobic. Phobic. No. No. Ski. Oh shoot. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's the last one. Okay, thank you.
Now I understand. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Ooh, hello Snoko. How are you doing? Thank you, Snoko.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Hello, doing okay, and you? I'm also doing okay. Just chilling right now, playing the second trial. What was I doing earlier today? Not much, actually. I was watching an anime before this, actually.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality has to do with her behavior. Her behavior's changed.
I got it!
Ooh, what
You're
anime?
talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
I was watching... I think it was called Shinzo or something. I don't know. I was watching random animes and it went to Shinzo. Yeah, so I'm watching that one.
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
fine, I'm fine. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised! I can't believe you lied!
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
In spite of that promise, Chihiro died, but was that really Genocide Jack that killed her? I'm wondering. I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried! I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you!
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
That guy looks like Kai, who does Togami? Hold up. Toka's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
Oh yeah, he kind of... No, he doesn't really act like him. What the heck? I know, right, Snoko?
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality! So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
Oh yeah, you're correct. He does kind of look like him.
She's so intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
You're talking about the Kai from Card 5 Vanguard, right?
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Or like another Kai. Okay. Yeah, he does kind of look like him. Oh.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane. Yeah. How does she grow her tongue? I am definitely not sure. Anime tropes. I guess. I mean, that's all I could say to that, pretty much. Apparently serial killers have their tongues super long. I guess. That is a good question, Snoko.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
But maybe she is telling the truth. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Oh, it would be the modus operandi thing that Togami said. Okay, I have to just focus on remembering Chihiro's body. That must have the answer. And remember the body in the book. That should prove that what he said isn't quite right. Which is easy since there's only one truth bullet.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to?
Perhaps if you had an alibi.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong. Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using Ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense.
Yeah, that phrasing was a little bit unique.
There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference. The victim's fatal injury.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right, the second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference, how the body was posed, what was used to suspend her.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement! Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
I mean, I would understand the Big Mac nickname if he was a bit bigger, but he's pretty skinny. That's pretty funny, actually.
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is... I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. Because Chihiro was a girl.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
That is... all of them are male. All the names are kind of hard to pronounce. There was no end to it, but all of them are male.
They were all... guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
Oh, the parents are calling me. Be right back. Alrighty then, I am back.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it.
Thank you, Sunoco. Let's continue this.
It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
Heh, I like that.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell? Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
No, she just said that they were specially made by her.
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Oh gosh, okay.
She's fully equipped! That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot! So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore! Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on, there is one person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Ooh. The one that knows everything about that kind of stuff.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it! The adorable glasses man was behind it all? Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. Yep, let's do this. A new element has been added to the non-stop debate. Ooh, I'd definitely like to hear it. Next, we're going to add something called a true flashback. Oh, this thing. Okay. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the triangle button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? Apparently this one is gonna have a flashback thing, so... Yeah, these things are pretty hard because like, I gotta hold on to the triangle button and it's sometimes... yeah. Sometimes I don't hold on to it and I get in trouble for reasons, you know. In this case though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. And you'll be minusing on points. So, alright. Well then, good luck and have fun.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Did they know that Chihiro was the victim beforehand? I'm pretty sure she was the only one missing. Wait. Did they know about it beforehand is what I have to think. But I forgot. Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realized there's a clear contradiction there. Because it doesn't make sense how he could have known before we'd even... Thank you. Thank you, Makoto. You gave me my answer. Okay, I need to make that contradiction clear. Definitely. Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was
So-
acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the...
That's a natural reaction!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker
Gonna
room
have to...
first. There was no time for pointless distractions.
What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird.
What? So I need to do... Come on. I need to think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction there somewhere. Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity...
Okay, it was supposed to be the other way around.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
Okay.
No, that's wrong. I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? What could it be?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Huh, never seen it in your life, huh? The proof that Byakuya did is hidden within the rope. I guess it's possible, but first... The item she had been bound with was used like rope, but was it actually rope? No, it wasn't. Byakuya didn't use rope. He used a very specific object. The cord from the lamp.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was... It was some kind of...
That's right! It absolutely...
Then there must be something very fishy in...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get...
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously,
Ah!
somebody else must have had it hidden
I
away
was too late. Okay,
What? The difference? You want me to explain it? When I want to kill, I use my very own... And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right! It absolutely...
Then there must be something...
it was from the library desk lamp, the cord.
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No,
Okay.
it's wrong. Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord,
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still.
Who made someone do it? Oh, Byakuya. Maybe.
There's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. The scene of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right?
Or maybe he also has a secret. That's a possibility as well.
But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later. Along with the rest of the murder scene.
Oh shoot, this is Ace Attorney. I know, right? It feels like it.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey Byakuya, did you just... Did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, always at a different scene of the crime. Yeah, that's true. Maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. Ew, there's a lot of it though, I think. Cause while looking back at the evidence, there was a bunch. There was something that was switched between the boys and the girls' locker room. The posters.
I got it!
Yeah.
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
You like who? Oh, the Genocide Jill or who?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
Yeah, she does make the trials pretty funny too.
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, that's not the no, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. The boys' locker room carpet, right?
I got it!
Yes.
The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Well, yeah, he is right. She was invited in from the guy. No, you can't do that. From the investigation, they showed that you cannot do that, but there is something that you could do. is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Oh, I'm guessing I'm gonna have to use one of those things.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
I'm thinking I'm gonna have to use the future thing on Leon's handbook and hit the other. I am not sure, actually. Theoretically, if Chihiro was able to use Leon's handbook, she could get into the boys' locker room. But when we found Leon's handbook in the main hall, there's no doubt that it was broken. Right. In which case, can we really say that she used it?
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate program. I'm sure that would have been...
No, I don't think that she used the
I
thing
think
that
we
was in
have to
main
use the
hall.
broken e-handbook on the Leon.
Talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's wrong. No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook! The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring!
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya!
No, don't do it. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I could do. Oh, there's something you could do, alright.
Hold on a second.
Thank you, Kyoko.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait! Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So, before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was to the body.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands? No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this?
I see, so she found out, huh? That reaction, though, to finding out. She had to touch that specific part, but that was the only way to find out, I guess.
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is...
Is what?
Is a boy!
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy. Then
was a cross-dresser? Oh, now I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery.
Okay guys, gonna be right back. Parents are calling me. Alright, I am back. Might need to help parents again at some point, but for right now, back.
The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Wait, what? Wow. Jerk.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
That's kind of funny. He just paused and decided not to cuss.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing I could be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means he's a guy.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Celeste's account. Alright.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer! And only the killer! And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man! Game over!
Yay! No! Not game over!
Okay, I'm pretty sure I know what to shoot with the Celeste account, Truth Bullet. The killer and only the killer. Yep. No, as a matter of fact, there is an eyewitness account regarding Chihiro. She has more information about that.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues did nobody get. I'm sure if someone saw the kill,
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Yeah. All we need right now is
It's over. It's all. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer.
And only the killer.
No, that's wrong. I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
Oh, on the contrary.
What he just said without even realizing it?
Yep. Certainly did. On the contrary, he did say something. The actual killer said something that made him suspicious. She's right. What he said just now was really odd. How did he know something like that? How did he know the tracksuit was
we know where
blue?
Chihiro was headed.
He was on his way to. So next bit, why did he choose?
What do you mean, this?
I got it! It matched the one the culprit.
So, what, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No, that's wrong. Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then I assume he headed off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just... I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility! Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked, he called him a dude, and everybody thought that he was a she.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he's killed, you happen to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
Ooh, welcome back, Snoko. Oh, he called you? Hold on, I have to be right back. Sorry. Back, Mom made food. Oh wait, what happened to the music? Hold up. Huh, that's weird. Hold up. Nonetheless, hold up. Let me go to the other slide, and if there's no changes, I'm gonna have to check what happened.
I didn't kill anyone!
Okay, that was the reason. Alright, oh well. Yeah, he's the one that, I think he's the killer, anyway. That's cool.
You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Oh, that was revealed earlier on in the trial. It's gonna be revealed again though. In the... when the trial... when the killer is for sure found out. It's gonna be mentioned again in the closing arguments.
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to Chihiro.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How, precisely, did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation, hitting its weak point. Well, yeah.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Nice piece of info.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
Oh, you have been in one? I've never been in one before.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
You used to have a Gold's Gym membership and they have a sauna? Ooh, that's interesting.
I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Who might have bought their handbook into the sauna? It had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was Mondo. Sorry, Mondo.
Here's my
You're the
answer.
killer after all.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill.
His hair. I know, right?
I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond the shadow of a doubt. Something that proved it. The broken handbook?
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I doubt that's true. I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during their sauna showdown. If I could just prove that, then that will show that the handbook Mondo has must actually be the broken one.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo, then that proves that—
Well, my goddamn
handbook works just fine.
Wrong.
No, that's wrong. Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's. Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit, but no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch!
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Right, here comes the closing argument. It's with the duffel bag and the blue tracksuit. There's something everyone has that you need to get into the locker rooms. I think there was a way to look at what it's supposed to be. The e-handbook, that's for sure. Is it this one or the e-handbook? She went into the boys. The weapon the killer used was the dumbbell. As the murder took place, some blood splattered onto something, didn't it? To disguise the truth, the killer switched around the carpet as well as something else, the posters. Ew. I think it would be this one and not this one. I have to double check. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Which locker room did the killer move to? I meant the female. The killer took something from the other locker room and switched it. Oh wait. Oh no, it would probably be this one actually. And if I got it wrong, I'm fine. I'm at 5 hearts. What was it that Byakuya brought to the murder scene? There could only have been... When Byakuya arrived in the scene, what did he use to disguise what had happened? Wait. To disguise what had happened. It was the bloodlust thing. Gosh, I have a feeling I got most of these like in the wrong order, but whatevs. Where did the killer go after they were done? To the sauna. For sure. And then when the handbook got thrown into the sauna room, what had happened to it? It broke. Just making sure of something really quick. Okay. This was... Gosh, I'm just gonna have to see if everything's correct. If not, just redo it. But here it comes. Oop.
The killer is you! First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Oh no, I put the wrong one. Oh no. Okay, I'll put the right one really quickly. Okay, there you go.
Here's exactly what happened. With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room.
Oh, she stole the handbook? Oh, hold up.
But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he.
She was a trap.
Which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him.
Hold up, something weird happened. Why did YouTube open up? Hold up. It's not showing on here, but YouTube opened up for some reason. My bad, hold up, be right back. Wait, it could be... Oh yeah. Could be that I changed it to somewhere else. Hold up. Or... Let's... Sorry. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties because for some reason it opened up YouTube, so... Okay. Yeah, he, she was a he. Wait, what? What did I get wrong? Oh. What did he use to murder her? The weapon the killer used was the dumbbell. Oh, supposed to be this one. My bad.
Here's exactly what happened. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro.
Yep, that was Chihiro's secret.
And attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence? You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo is the killer that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. My bad. Revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I could somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now. Once I do that, everything will become clear. New element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Oh, shoot. I was gonna say absolutely. Well, here goes.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False!
Ah, it's too slow.
I refuse
Oh no!
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False!
Ah, the negative one is so hard to deal with.
I won't listen! False!
Final strike. Broken new handbook.
This should prove it. If my thinking so far is right,
Oh no, I misspelled it. Hey Don, how are you? I misspelled revealed. Oh no.
Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
So how are you doing, Don? Yeah, I still got an A for everything. I just happened to see as I came in the stream. And hold on, my parents are calling me. Sorry it took a while. You know. I'm back though. How's the weather where Texas weather gets pretty bad? Yeah, it does. Oh wow. You lucky, Dawn. I know, right? Alright, see you in a little while, Dawn.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank!
Oh wait, why are you confused, Sunoco?
Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around?
He used one of the dead people's handbooks.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Yep, Sayaka and Junko. He used one of theirs, but yeah, there were some dead females that he could have used their handbooks, and he used that to his advantage.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I meant by that point it was pretty obvious. After a while.
What?
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Owada!
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous at all. It was not unanimous. Kiyotaka shows the wrong answer. You're trending very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? So many whys. Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you could hit the O button to fast forward the text. I want to hear it though. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness.
It's a trap. Yep. It's a trap.
to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out.
Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But
no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger.
I'm weak.
Weak.
Oh.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept his fate. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets.
Lovely and hateful. Wow. He admits it.
Which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
what?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't really want to talk about it right now. But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I could talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I could tell everyone.
Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I'm
going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better.
With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retain his mind and body.
Oh, retrain. Nani? What's up, Don?
But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me.
Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were.
Ooh. That emote. Oh yeah. That's from the Pride Month emotes. I still haven't gotten that one though.
So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Horror. Oh, I want the Kirby one. It looks so cute.
uh-huh.
Plus, Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. Wait, that's not Chihiro. Okay. I know, right? That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep it secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because, no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone? It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it.
Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country, country tremble.
I was right.
But the only reason he had the chance to join the gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him on everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and his number 2, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But then Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday. His brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw at Mondo's very soul.
The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that will do is make the gang look bad.
Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once, just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top.
And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly...
So that's what happened.
Lying on his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words.
My bad, kid. I messed up. Sorry.
Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened.
Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men.
He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong.
And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother.
No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why. Mondo. After I saw that what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before.
I
didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me his secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
'Cause I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I've been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So, what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never had. So I was jealous of him, and that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you messing with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? Just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face? No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was lying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey! I killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been.
I know, right, Snoka?
And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in the heart like the like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God darn it.
Look at him, you see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for your memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't get free from his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't.
You... just shut up. Go ahead, say that again, I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but... unfortunately, I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching.
Oh shoot. Here it comes. Punishing?
You kid me?
You mean execution?
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Wada, the ultimate biker gang leader.
No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Oh no, here it comes. I said wait! Sorry, man.
I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Oh no. Oh, it ended just like that. Can you really get turned into butter for that? What? I don't know what to say to that execution. Is that even possible? That's kind of weird. Wait, he ate him? Apparently, he put it on the pancakes, so he ate him. Oh. I guess that's a way to die.
Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace.
It can't be my brother. Another murder and another execution. I know, right? This trial is sad. Especially after you find out why it all happened. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Don't do it. Oh no. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead, do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that...
However...
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So, you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him. So, you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? What? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So, after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene? But dang man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too. Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So, that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next?
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is why?
Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating.
I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope into despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Mean? Mean? Mean? Mean, 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 mean. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing.
My bad. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me. Oh, the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm gonna find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Ooh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you.
I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Temper, temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap.
Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy, had more of a future than us. Oh. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying...
Nani?
This is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
Is this being broadcasted or something? Interesting. There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away!
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean. I know, right?
Ooh. My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied! Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Okay, pretty sure that will be explained later on. Oh, crazy diamond present. Yeah, I'm gonna save it here. Maybe raid someone if there's anyone on. I'm just gonna check really quickly. There's not really anyone. I know, right? It was interesting. Thank you for coming, Snoko. Nah, there's nobody to really raid that's on. Now you wanna play it? Ooh, I recommend it. It's fun. Definitely recommend it. The way you could play it on PS4 is the 1.2 reload, because this game also has Danganronpa 2 in it. What do you think I should play in the next stream? Should probably mix up the games a little bit though. Every once in a while, so yeah, that's kind of it for this stream though. We could talk for a little while. It's the first one and second one. It has both games in it. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty awesome actually. I wonder if I should continue a little bit more. I still got other games I haven't finished though. Same here. Like, I'm still trying to finish. Well, like for Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, I could just do shiny hunts. The games that I'm trying to finish would be Persona 5, this one, and Nocturne, Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, which I finally got the PS3 back, so I'll be able to stream it every once in a while, which is awesome. Yeah, I'll continue for a little while longer, I guess. I know, right? It's been a while since I got into PS3 back. Okay.
I know I shouldn't cry. But I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon. It's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
Oh, night, Snoko. Thank you for coming to the stream. Donuts are the solution to everything. Donuts are life. I need to eat some donuts. That would clear me up. Cheer me up. Clear me up. Glazed donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, cream-filled donut holes, malasadas? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God of donuts, I'm praying for a wonderful encounter. God of donuts. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule. But right now, for me, donuts are absolutely necessary. Huh? Exactly what I was thinking.
Huh?
What's that sound? It sounded like it's coming from the bathhouse?
But
I am super scared, but it is someone there? Oh, well, that's a good way to enter into the third chapter, huh? Explain that. The morning after the conclusion of the second class trial, everyone met up in the dining hall just like always, and I expected it to start like any other day. That's what I expected, but today's count kinda stinks, huh? Toko and Byakuya still refuse to show up. And I haven't seen Miss Asahina anywhere. She said her stomach was hurting, so she's taking it easy in her room for today.
oh,
That is rather unusual for her. Normally, she is so full of energy. Which is exactly what makes me worry.
So then,
So, it's just the 7 of us then. It looks that way.
How about that?
It's times like this where the committee chairman needs to get things going with a bang. Hello, Joker Persona, how are you? Yes, we do meet again.
Impossible.
Or not? Taka hasn't said a word since everything that happened yesterday. How are you doing, Joker? That's good. I'm also doing good. Was watching was going through random anime and went into an anime called Shindo, and I've been watching it, so. Yep, you came in on Wednesday's stream. Or was it on Wednesday? Yeah, it was on Wednesday. Or, no, it was... When was my last stream? Yeah, it was on Wednesday or Tuesday. It was on Tuesday. On Tuesday. Taka hasn't said a word since everything that happened yesterday. One look at his face showed he hadn't slept a wink last night. It must be because of Mondo. The two of them became so close, and then he finds out Mondo killed Chihiro, and then having to watch Mondo get punished, and nothing he could do about it. I can't even imagine what it must have done to him.
Well, so, I mean, what's gonna happen now?
The killer kills Serial. I know, right?
We haven't found any way out, and we have no idea if help's ever gonna come. Now I'm all depressed, just thinking about it. We simply have to make the best of things, do our best to get along and live here together in peace. Forget about the outside world and accept this new life. That is the only hope we have now.
What? To live here forever?
Well,
here we have every convenience. We have food, clothes, our every need is seen to. Why are you dissatisfied? In fact, let me ask you this. What is it about the outside world that you long for?
Is that okay?
Competition, discrimination, victimization, and violence? As society grows, so does its perversion. In which case, it is our current situation, not.
Can I spoil one thing? Oh, I've already played it, but sure. I just keep a bit quiet. Oh, something about Princess.
Here we go.
Maggie, the drool shop owner, the bunny-eared Amazon cat girl, dog boy, Robo Justice, the Galactic King, and what I mean is, there's no 2D here.
There is nothing to be done.
The mastermind put such base desire to their advantage, bending you to their will.
You know?
Christine and her twin is the secret boss in Persona 5. Oh yeah. I know that. Okay, well anyway, since Taka's like catatonic, as the oldest one here, I'm officially stepping up to take the lead. So we're all gonna work together and spend the rest of the day searching the school. Searching? Well, I mean, since the class trial's over and all.
Perhaps.
There should be new places for us to investigate.
Yeah, that's the ticket. Maybe we'll find some kind of clue this time. Done spoiling? That's fine.
Well then.
I don't know if that's a spoiler or not. Well, I guess it would be. Then, once we're done eating, let's split up and begin looking around. Do you have any problem with that, Celeste?
There may well be a discovery waiting for us, which may further enrich our life here. No, the point is to look for clues.
Yeah, it is a spoiler. And just as we were starting to come together, she barged in and ruined the conversation.
You called for me, and so I appeared.
Genocide? Jill. Nobody called for you.
What the? How come it's Genocide Jill and not Toko?
Yes!
God, this place is just amazing. Finally a place I could just be my murderous self. Which is why I've decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding in the cave for me. Plus, I have another battle to fight. The whole killer with a split personality thing is so overdone. I gotta destroy that stereotype.
You SOB!
I'll fight all day and all night to murder those totally slanderous cliches. But you are a killer with a split personality. If she weren't here, my chances of survival would go up at least 10%. Come on, you gotta back me up here. Even the biggest stars need the little people to hold them up. Well, whatever else we do today, first we should eat. We can't do anything on an empty stomach. You're right, let's hurry up and eat so we could start our investigation. Killer with a spoon. Yeah, So we were forced to eat breakfast with a murderer. And after our much needed but very annoying meal, actually she uses scissors for her murders. But yeah. He used a spoon to kill cereal. Yep. To put into his mouth and eat it. That's how he kills it. We set to work looking around the school. Yeah. Oh wait, it's already been 3 hours? What? Let's save this really quickly. Yeah, it is pretty funny. Well, I think I'm gonna end the stream over here. Sorry I had to end it so early after you came in, Joker Persona, but thank you for coming into the stream. I really appreciate it. Live stream going hour and 30 minutes. It says it's been 3 hours and 28 minutes. Hold up. Really quickly checking something. Yeah, I'm sorry, Joker Persona. Thank you for coming in though, I really appreciate it. Yeah, I normally start the streams at 10 p.m. Central Time, just for in case. The 3 hours is a new achievement. Well, not really, but you know, almost 4 hours. Well, thank you for coming into the stream, everybody. Joker Persona from the YouTube side. Dawn from Twitch, and Snoko from also the Twitch side. Yeah, it's 3 hours and 30 minutes. But almost 3 hours. Gosh. We almost made it there. Oh wait, I already saved. Yeah, it's 1:28 over here. I should really like be getting some sleep though. Kinda getting sleepy too. We did the whole class trial. Those typically take 2 to 3 hours. So, hold up. Let me double check on what's going on here. Okay, get some nap. Yeah. I'll see you next stream, and well, next stream will have to be on Sunday. Unless I'm able to do it tomorrow, but there's very little chance of tomorrow. But nighty night, and thank you again for coming to the stream. And everybody else, thank you guys for coming in, and hope you enjoyed. Good night.